Yo, guys, what's going on? This is your girl, Mad Skills, and welcome to the Spark Something podcast. I wanted to implement something that I thought would be dope. A lot of the times we have long weeks, we might have a long day, we might have had a long night, and we just need a pick me up. That's all I want this to be. So, this is a segment I want to introduce entitled Spotlight Saturday. Let's get it. So every episode that I do, I always have to remind me to be me. Like I always have to keep saying, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. And I remind me to be me because there's so many different distractions out there that will cause you to begin to look at other things. And because you're not at a certain status, if you allow these things to distract you, to get into your heart, get into your mind, you'll begin to second guess who you are if you don't know who you are. If you don't know who you are, the world will tell you who you are. So before you step out and try to do something major, try to do something big, before you step out and try to do anything, say anything, be anything, like just learn you first. Learn you, learn what you like, learn what you dislike, learn, who you are. Learn the yes and the no, like learn your own voice. Because once you learn you can be you. There'll be nobody that can come along and sway you and make you, think something else. There'll be no amount of money that can make you change your mind. Like, you know who you are, what you're doing this for. You know, at the end of the day, that my morals and everything that I stand for is still intact. You know that you've given all that you can. One dope, and I mean very, very dope saying and quote that I use, and one quote that I stand by now is be yourself unless yourself is trash. And if it's trash, you need to change that. And that's a quote from Toby. Be yourself unless you're like your whole self, unless yourself is trash. And if it's trash, you need to change that. And it's important. It's important for you to be you. You live life how you want it, regardless of other people's opinions, bro. It's so important. And you respect you. Now, if you respect you, you're going to take care of you. If you respect you and you know you won't have this expectation of, oh, you should have did this for me. You should have did that for me. You know what you need. I'm not against relationships. Like, I'm not anti-relationships, friendships, situationships, family relationships. Like, I'm not against any of these things. But when you come to a certain point in your life to where you have to take care of you, like, and I mean genuinely take care of you, like, you're gonna have people that come in your life and they're gonna be able to take care of certain parts of you. But you are you know you. And if you don't know you, what you like, what you don't like, somebody is going to come in, I'm telling you, and try to change you. They're going to come in and try to change your mind, change the way you feel, change the way you think. The world tries to do that every single day. Social media is a blessing. But if you are on social media for too long, and if you're not strong enough, you will begin to think that your life sucks. Because you are looking at highlight reels. You're looking at highlight reels as though they're somebody's real life, and they're not. But you have to know who you are. You got to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, somebody's going to come along and they're going to tell you who you are. And that's not what you need. That's not what you want, because I promise you, it's going to take you so much more time if you take on somebody else's identity or somebody else's expectation of what your identity is supposed to be. It's going to take you so much more time to get rid of that and then try to figure out your identity than it will for you to just start working on you first. It's important that we work on ourselves so that when we get into relationships, when we get into business partnerships, when we get into jobs, we know our worth. We know who we are. We know what we stand for. We know the weight that we carry, so that nobody is going to sit here and try to lowball us. Nobody can sit here and try to demean us, demean our character. Like, none of that. You know who you are, and not just who you are, but who you belong to. I tell anybody, yo, I know who I am and whose I am. And that's not changing. And when I tapped into that, I couldn't be shook. It's certain things you're not going to do because that's not you. It's certain decisions that you aren't going to say yes to because that's not you. That's not your character. That's not how you carry yourself. But you got to know you first. Because if you don't, the world gonna try to tell you, they're gonna try to tell you who you are. That's not what you need. So, genuinely, just go on a journey. And if you already know who you are, then you already know what I'm talking about. Tap in. Spotlight Saturdays. Your girl Mad Skills, and we out.